Hey, we're back! What is up, everybody? We've done it! Oh my goodness, what a day it has been! Jesus. Honestly, what a crazy couple days it's been. Look at the chat. Good lord, what do we got? COOK in the house, my silent partner, the master of the chat. What is up, buddy? And we got Devin in the house, too. Very nice. Not downloading another app. You got me on the YouTube. Be happy. What? What other app? I'm so confused. Anyway, you're going to have to elaborate on that, buddy. I have no clue what you're talking about. But here we are. If you guys remember, what was it? Monday, Tuesday, maybe? One of those days, the stream went down right before we got into the sticks, and yeah, it was my computer. It took a giant crapola on us right in the middle of the stream. But alas, I have reformatted the hard drive. I have reinstalled Windows. Everything seems to be running great now. I did try a couple new streaming services. They were not fun to work with. What was one? Streamlabs I tried. Not good. So we're back on OBS. Let's hope that it can keep up with us, right? That's the hope. Anywho, here's the Twitter feed. Don't have a lot to show you on the old Twitter feed today, so let's just get into it. Take a quick look at Bitcoin here. We've been hit pretty hard today. We're down about 10%. Well, from the open of the day to the low, we're down about 9.6%. Starting to kind of work our way back up right now, but we'll see. You know, going into the weekends, these things are highly volatile and very low volume, so we'll see. I do expect us to have a bit of a pullback over the weekend, to be perfectly honest. I was talking with COOK last night. We were kind of going over the whole Wyckoff chart and looking at the distribution and accumulation patterns, and my goodness, they those patterns fit to a T. That's all I'll say. Maybe one day this weekend we'll jump into the Wyckoff charts and take a closer look at them. Here we are. Overall market cap sitting at $1.5 trillion. We've lost about $2.5 billion in the past 24 hours, so not good at all. Bitcoin dominance down to 43%, or I guess up to 43% at this point, kind of just meandering here between 40 and 45%. ETH at 18.2, gas prices at 40 Gwei. Taking a look at the top 10 here, we got Bitcoin sitting at $35,000, down 9.7% on the day. Ethereum sitting at 2,300, down 14%. My goodness. Binance Coin down 13%, Cardano down 12%, Dogecoin kind of outperforming most things, only down 9%. It's actually outperforming Bitcoin right now. So there's that. XRP down 11%, Polkadot also down 11.2%, and Uniswap down 12% to round out the top 10. So, as you can see, it is a sea of blood today, sea of red. Let's see, is there anything up? You got Helium bucking the trend up 18%. Wow. Zcash. Who buys Zcash? Seriously. Monero up 1%. Interesting. Yeah, not much. Helium seems to be the big trend bucker today. COOK says his alerts broke on his phone. That's not good. Is it because there were so many red alerts coming in today that it just crashed the phone? My alerts broke too, but it's because I threw my phone across the room. Side note, I need a new phone. Let's get into the headlines. FinCEN wants to discuss zero-knowledge proofs to keep Americans safe. My God, where would we be without the American regulators keeping us safe? Jesus. FinCEN is set to host a workshop on privacy-enhancing technologies and illicit finance. FinCEN is set to host repeating ourselves, host a workshop. FinCEN will turn its attention to ZK Snarks. The U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, will host a workshop in September. Well, they're obviously not too worried about it. Goodness. Anyway, they want to address zero-knowledge proofs, a privacy-preserving technology used in cryptocurrencies. So, what they really want to do is just find out, have a discussion among themselves on what they can do to get rid of privacy coins. That's really what this is going to be about. But as they will find out in their little billionaire regulator discussion, you can't regulate cryptocurrencies. You can't stop people from using privacy coins. You just can't do it. You can try. Good luck. Moving on. More great news for us. The U.S. Treasury wants to expand crypto reporting to fight offshore tax evasion. You guys, this is what we've had for, 72 hours straight. Oh God, ads, go away. 72 hours straight, we've had just an onslaught of bad news, negative news for the crypto markets, and it all feels just a little too orchestrated, if you ask me. But of course, we would need our tinfoil hats to really get into that conversation. So yes, we had the Treasury also come out today saying that they would like to expand on their tax loopholes and going after people and crypto brokers and exchanges and blah blah blah. More news to drive the prices down is really what this is. Moving on. Here's a great story that COOK dredged up for us. The UK police raid suspected cannabis factory, and they find a Bitcoin mining operation as well. Say it ain't so. Cannabis and Bitcoin. Oh, God. They are probably going to be serving life in prison, because they are obviously criminals. Quote, "It's certainly not what we were expecting," says one of the officers. The police authority for West Midlands Metropolitan County forced entry into the industrial park unit on May 18th in Sandwell, near Birmingham, and found around 100 devices apparently used for Bitcoin mining, according to an announcement made yesterday. Officers found that the operation was stealing thousands of pounds worth of electricity. Wow. Sure. Quote, "It's certainly not what we were expecting," says Sandwell Police Sergeant Jennifer Griffin. The raid came after reports of multiple people visiting the unit at odd times of day and night and lots of wiring and ventilation ducts. A police drone had detected a considerable source of heat. Quote, "They are all classic cannabis factory signs," the announcement said. The unit was unattended at the time of the raid and no arrests have been made. The discovery is only the second such crypto mining farm encountered in the West Midlands, according to Griffin. Way to go, UK police. You got yourself some real criminals there. Moving on. The SEC charges 5 individuals tied to BitConnect scam. The regulator is tackling one of the crypto world's most infamous Ponzi schemes. For those of you who don't know, BitConnect was definitely a Ponzi scheme that was around in 2017. The US SEC has charged 5 individuals with connections to the crypto Ponzi scheme, BitConnect. BitConnect was mainly active in 2017. It raised more than $2 billion during the year that it was operational. Regulators initially took action against BitConnect in 2018. Yep, and now they're finally filing charges on these assholes. They definitely deserve it. Look into the BitConnect scam. It's actually quite comical, and there's a great meme that's often used in the crypto Twitter. You know, the BitConnect. COOK, I'm sure I've sent it to you, CW. I'm sure I have. And of course, because every time, we start having negative news roll out about crypto, old Jamie Dimon has to come in and put in his 2 fucking cents. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says he would still advise people to stay away from Bitcoin. Side note, JP Morgan is giving their wealthiest of clients access to Bitcoin trading and cryptocurrency trading, but mostly Bitcoin, because that's really what the rich assholes are interested in. But yeah, we had Jamie Dimon come out and really just pile on the news today, like he loves to do. Oh, the ads are bad. Wow. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon still thinks people shouldn't invest in Bitcoin while simultaneously giving it to the richest of the rich. However, Dimon has at this time suggested that if Bitcoin becomes more regulated, JP Morgan could enable its access for clients. Right. Just makes you so mad, doesn't it? Really does. Because these institutions are buying up as much Bitcoin as they can get their goddamn hands on. Moving on. Here you go. Here's some advice that we should all listen to. Precious metals expert says crypto may lead to the next financial crisis. Isn't that interesting? The gold bugs are out there saying that the crypto is going to kill the markets. No, assholes. The Federal Reserve making the money printer go prrrr is what's going to fucking kill this market. Or cause the next financial crisis. That's really what this is leading to. The mass adoption of new financial technology has always preceded a major crash, argued the CEO of Metalla Royalty and Streaming. Bet you they made all their money in gold and silver, and they're not happy that everybody's buying Bitcoin instead. Like the crashes of 2008 and the early 2000s, crypto will soon lead to a broader financial downturn, argued CEO of Royalty Streaming. The amount of money printing in the United States pales in comparison to the amount of crypto being created each day. The difference is the crypto that's being created is actually backed by, real things as opposed to your dollar. COOK says, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Cryptocurrencies could, quote, lead the charge into the next financial crisis, argued this asshole. Yep, we don't need to keep reading this because it's all just nonsense, and it's, the gold bugs being a little salty that nobody's buying gold, and that their precious gold has done nothing but go down in value for the past, 14 months. A little salty. Now that we've gotten all the negative nonsense out of the way, here's Cathie Wood back in the news. She says central banks will be buying Bitcoin if they're not already. The lead, they say, pretty good week on the Team Crypto front, says Ray Dalio and Carl Icahn both joined the fray. What's more permeable, Cathie Wood had some really interesting nuggets on Bitcoin while speaking at CoinDesk Consensus. The ESG pressure caused the recent Bitcoin downturn. Was it the ESG pressure or was it Elon Musk opening his stupid big mouth? That Bitcoin would thrive even in a deflationary environment. Couldn't agree more. The central banks would start buying Bitcoin. Yep, Cathie Wood doing an interview, or not an interview, this was her at Consensus over the past few days, speaking on why she believes central banks are already buying Bitcoin. And we know they are. Wisdom Tree now has filed an Ethereum ETF application with the SEC. They filed their Bitcoin one about 2 months back. Now they've got their Ethereum one filed. The SEC is never going to grant approval, or at least not anytime soon. Not until all the big banks like Jamie Dimon and all those other dickheads get in here and get their fill. Wisdom Tree has filed an Ethereum ETF, blah, blah, blah. It's the second Ethereum ETF application that they have filed. Interesting. So, yep, Wisdom Tree right alongside Fidelity and every other major financial institution. And another story that really, really upsets me here, but does affect those of us who use the Binance Smart Chain. We need to be aware of what's happening. Missing line of code leads to another $7.2 million exploit of the decentralized exchange, BurgerSwap. Yep, another DEX on the Binance Smart Chain has been attacked. This makes it the fourth decentralized exchange on the Binance Smart Chain that's been attacked in less than 2 weeks. I have my own thoughts as to what's happening here. I firmly believe that our network, the people's network as I like to call it, the network that poor people can actually afford to use, is absolutely under attack by, what should we call them? You know what? I'm just going to say it. I firmly believe that our Ethereum developers are out there purposely attacking the Binance Smart Chain network in an attempt to paint the Binance Smart Chain in a light that only criminals are on there, and that you're going to lose all your money if you're using the Binance Smart Chain. Those of us that are actually here and know this network know that that's total bullshit. But I do believe there are some nefarious things happening behind the scenes. I think that you have a lot of developers on the Ethereum network that are so upset that nobody's using their damn network anymore. The gas fees reflect that. 40 Gwei today. Nobody's using Ethereum, guys. It's turning into a ghost chain. You can actually look at the blockchain. You can look at the volume on the Ethereum blockchain. It pales in comparison to what we have on the Binance Smart Chain. And I think there are a lot of people that are very, very upset about that. And yep, I'll just leave it there. I think our network is under attack. Now, that being said, the only two decentralized exchanges that I use on the Binance Smart Chain are PancakeSwap and BakerySwap. And all the research that I've done and people that I've talked to, everybody seems to think that both of these DEXs are immune to attack. Personally, I don't share their confidence. I think the people that are making these attacks and the people that are attacking our network right now are far smarter than we are. These are the people that built the goddamn networks. They know what they're doing, and if they want to, they can exploit just about any decks out there. So I would say just be careful. I'll tell you what I've done, because I am a little worried about this. Not because I doubt the security of the Binance Smart Chain. I have full faith in the Binance Smart Chain, but I don't doubt the level of hatred that certain communities have for this network. So here's what I've done. I have pulled my LP positions. I have also pulled my staking. Right now, I am fully custodied on all of my cryptocurrencies. I hold them in a non-custodial wallet that's off-chain. So that way, if these exchanges are attacked, I'm not saying that that's what everybody should do. I'm just letting you know that's what I'm doing, because I am not convinced that these attacks are over. I'm not convinced that this is going to stop anytime soon. I think there's some really nefarious players that are trying to do some pretty terrible things behind the scenes. And that's my rant on that subject. So I just wanted to share with you guys and let you know where my head was and what I'm doing to protect myself in the short term here. I would also like to get a more detailed statement from PancakeSwap and BakerySwap as to why they believe that their protocols can't be flash loan attacked. So that's just my thoughts. Let's get into the sticks. That's all I got for headlines. Oh, here we are. Look at this, everybody. Since we've been live here, we are starting to get a bit of a rebound. We are up a little bit here. What is that? Oop. We're up about 3% here, just in the past 20 minutes or so. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Get more of a macro view of what we're dealing with here with the old BTC. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's not good. It is not good. If we here's where we're at. Just an absolute. Seriously, okay, we are doing a damn Wyckoff pattern, because here, let's do this. This is almost too good to be true. Wyckoff pattern. Pull it up here. Let's see. Bam. So here's our Wyckoff distribution. What this chart shows, what this pattern shows, is market manipulation. That's what this entire pattern was built around. So burn that image in your head for just a moment. Okay, you ready? And here we are. If that is not just a carbon copy of a Wyckoff distribution manipulation pattern, I don't know what is. And one thing you should be taking note of is we are right here. Actually, you could argue that we are right here. That we are coming out of the pattern, and that we just hit this point right here, and we are about to be followed up by phase E, which is a plummet down. And if the pattern holds true, and that's what we see, guys, we're probably looking at a $24,000 Bitcoin, $23,000 Bitcoin here in the very, very near future. So brace yourselves for that, because that certainly looks like it's where we're heading. It looks like the next phase is to come down right here. But the good news is that we are at the end of this pattern. We are at the very last phase of it. And what happens after the distribution pattern is then we go into the accumulation pattern. And some people, and actually, if we actually zoom into here's the accumulation pattern. If we zoom into our 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart, it actually shows that we're in the accumulation pattern right now on the 15. So, what we could be seeing, or I guess is what I'm trying to say, is a move very similar to this in the very near future. As soon as we finish up with our distribution phase, which is phase E right here, we could be back on the upside. It is the hope. No guarantees, but that is what this pattern is looking looking like it's painting for us. So there's that. We shall see, right? We shall see. We just need to brace ourselves because, again, I do think this weekend is going to be a highly volatile, very depressing weekend. Maybe, go outside. Don't look at the charts. Just ignore all the nonsense that we're experiencing right now. Believe in your investments, right? That's really the biggest key. Let's take a look at ETH. Wow. Goodness. I know CWOK was saying that he got back into Ethereum the other day, so congratulations there, buddy. You must have gotten a hell of a price, too. You must have gotten in right around the, 22, 23 range? Something like that. As long as they have flash loans set the way they are, this will continue. Yep, I agree, buddy. I agree. So here's ETH. You can see we are certainly on a downtrend. Same with ETH. If we're looking at the 4-hour here, our next level of support is actually going to be, it's looking like probably 1,500 would be my guess. My best estimate, that would be our next level of support, would be to come down to about right here, which would just about equal where we expect Bitcoin to go. And then, of course, if we get into the, we get the bounce that we're hoping for, and we go back into that accumulation phase for the Wyckoff, then we'd be looking at, a move up, or we'd put in a higher high. We shall see. We shall see. Okay. Doge holding up surprisingly well, given everything. I mean, look at that. You can see our moving averages have crossed over here on Doge, but, just barely, right? Just barely. You could almost argue that it looks like a fake out. So if I had to actually chart Doge, I would say over the weekend we could possibly come down to about 20 cents right here, our previous low, and get a bounce. That would be what I'm looking at. Next up, BNB, good old Binance coin, kind of the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down to that 210 range. Usually what I have been noticing with Binance coin is in our sell-offs, when we're seeing that blatant market manipulation with Bitcoin, Binance is kind of holding up surprisingly well. We did put in a lower low right here, obviously, but recently the drawdowns have not been percentage-wise as much as Bitcoin's has. So I would almost expect to put in a double bottom with Binance coin as opposed to falling lower and putting in a lower low from here. I would expect us to come down and get a bounce and hit that double bottom right there. Is just kind of what I'm thinking. But of course, if we get more attacks on the Binance Smart Chain in the next couple days, then that price is certainly subject to go lower. Same thing with Cake. Hopefully we could get a double bottom bounce here and continue our way upward. One of my favorites, Bakery Token, really bucking the trend, really outperforming most of the market, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the same thing with Bake. Come down, put in a double bottom, hit that $1.89 mark, and shoot right the hell back up to $8, which, folks, that would be an 8x return on your investment, if that were to play out. And you see our moving averages kind of look like they're wanting to form a golden cross here and start its way back up. So, we'll see. Indicators are pointing to bullish. Alright. I think that's all I got, unless there's anything you guys want to take a look at. We can wrap it up there. Pull up Bitcoin dominance. We'll just kind of take a look at the daily on that bad boy. If there's anything you guys want to look at, just toss it in the chat and we'll pull it up. Devin, if you're still here, buddy, how you holding up in this in your first major crypto correction? 66% drawdown across the board. I hope you're holding up, buddy. I know that had to be rough. It was certainly rough for me. I was telling CWOK last night that, oh, hey, we got a live one. wants to look at Matic, huh? We got ourselves a polygoner in the house. Okay. So when you're looking at the Matic chart, or when you're going to pull up your Matic chart, you're going to want to look at, because Matic is built on the Ethereum network, you're probably going to want to look at, screw it, we'll just look at the Coinbase one. It's probably where the most volume is going to be. All right, Matic. There's your daily chart on Matic. So, okay, here we'll get into this, because I didn't know that you were holding the old Polygon. Bull case for Polygon is that is a layer 2 solution for the Ethereum network, meaning that people are using Polygon to do transactions that is then rolled into the Ethereum network. That's why we've seen this exponential growth in Matic, why it went from 3 cents all the way up to almost $3. However, you do need to be cautioned, because here's the bear case. EIP 1559 is rolling out within the next month. What that'll do is that takes Ethereum. It doesn't fully take Ethereum to proof of stake, but the upgrade will bring the gas fees down on the Ethereum network, meaning that people will most likely start leaving Polygon and start moving back into the Ethereum network once the gas fees come down. Also, there are about 3 other layer 2 solutions that are set to launch within the next week or so. One of them, actually one launched yesterday. That was the Arbitrum. Arbitrum. Hard word to say. The Arbitrum layer 2 solution launched yesterday. Kind of a big deal. Also, you're gonna have the optimistic rollups that'll be launching a little bit ahead of EIP 1559. Both of which are considered to be much better layer 2 solutions than Polygon by the Ethereum network. So, over the next few weeks, man, do not be surprised if you start to see a hell of a drawdown in the Matic coin, just because you're going to have a lot of people leaving the network, and you're going to have a lot of people also thinking the same thing that I am. All right, we've got people leaving Matic now, people leaving this layer 2 for different layer 2 solutions, and then eventually going back to the Ethereum network. I have to believe that's not going to be good for the price action for the Matic coin, if that makes sense. So, just something to be cautious of. I'm not trying to FUD your investment by any means. I just want you to be aware of some headwinds that you got coming at you with the Matic coin. Now, that being said, I do love Polygon. I think somebody had to fix Ethereum, right? Is it the best layer 2 solution? No, not by any means. Matter of fact, you could argue that the security on Polygon is actually far worse than the Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche. I mean, any other Ethereum killer out there, has much better security than the Polygon network, in my opinion. So it's not the best layer 2 solution, but it was the only layer 2 solution, which is why we saw a huge influx of people go onto Polygon and start using this network, and why we saw some insane price action with this coin. So, with that said, just something to be aware of. If we look at the 15-minute here, now that I've ranted your ear off on some things you need to be aware of, you can see, this is the 15. We're really chopping sideways here. Let's go back to the 4-hour. I'm actually going to put us in log mode too, so that we can get a better idea of what we're dealing with. So here's your overall Matic chart. You can see, okay, here's something to really be aware of, dude, right here. The first thing that's jumping out to me that's screaming bearish is we have put in, here was our all-time high, we have put in a lower low, or a lower high, excuse me. We now have a lower high than our all-time high, which means we are now in a downtrend, right? So if we come over here and we grab our, oh god, tools everywhere. Grab our trend tool. You can see we have gone into a downtrend. So that's also very concerning just from a technical point of view. With that said, if we grab another trend line here, we can go from here to here, and we can see our uptrend, our overall uptrend. So what I would be expecting to happen over the next couple weeks is going to be some price action that's going to look very similar to what I'm drawing. We're moving into consolidation where we're putting in a series of higher lows and lower highs. Now, where we go from there, oops, go away. I hate that it just keeps that damn brush activated. It's so annoying. Anyway, from where we go from there, see now we are in a, this pattern is actually a bull pendant. So where we would go from there, if the technicals were to hold true, is we would consolidate right into this little area here, and we would either have a breakup, which with a bullish pattern like a bull pendant, that would be the most likely scenario, but given the headwinds that we just discussed, we could also see a breakdown. So, I know that's a coin flip, right? It can go up or it can go down, but that's kind of what we're looking at, man. Kind of what we're looking at on Matic. Honestly, my personal opinion, we're going to break down. If you can't tell, I'm a bit of a bear on the Ethereum network as a whole, just because I think the network itself is completely busted and it's a gated community for the crypto rich, which we've discussed time and time again on this channel. But, you know, like I said, we do have some major headwinds for the Matic coin moving forward in the form of VIP 1559, Ethereum 2, and the many other layer 2 scaling solutions that we have coming out very quickly that are considered to be better options for layer 2. Devin says, in at 68 cents, looking to take $2. Think it'll get there? Well, so like I just showed you in our chart here, where was our $2 mark? So if we're following our prediction pattern here, here's your $2 mark, right about there. I'll go ahead and drop you in a little price floor right at $2. Bam. So yes, to answer your question, yeah, I do think it'll get there. But when it gets there, it's going to be short-lived because look, here's what's going to happen. Let me get rid of some of these drawings. Bam. Bam. So, if the pattern holds true, we're going to come down, we're going to touch this trend line. Then we're going to bounce up, and we're going to move back up here, and we're going to bounce our head right off that trend line, and we're going to come down. Right here is going to be your opportunity, but you're going to have to be quick, because as you can see, it's going to bump its head right along that trend line, right at $2.01, or $2.11. So you're going to have to be very quick, you're going to have to be paying attention, because if we get back to that $2 range, it's not going to be there long. Not very long at all. And it looks like, because if it follows that trend, that's going to be your one and only shot to get to that $2 range, because after that, you know, we come up, we bounce off of here, and we come down. Bounce off of here, and come down. So on and so forth, putting in that series of lower highs the whole way. So, something to be aware of. Yes, to answer your question, I do think we're going to get back to $2. But again, it's not going to be there long, and you're only going to get one shot at it. So, something to be aware of. If your position is at 68 cents, boy, you want to hear what I really think? I don't know if you want to hear what I really think. If your position is at 68 cents, then you have some amazing profit on the table right now. You're currently up over $1 on your investment. I think the best course of action right now would be to take profit off the table. I really do, especially with how bearish everything has gotten over the past couple weeks. I think we're in for more pain, and altcoins like Matic are going to be taking the full brunt of it, right? They're going to suffer far more than Bitcoin will. So, something to keep in mind. I would definitely take some profit off the table right now, because as you can see, this right here was considered to be your best shot at selling at $2. Because there's a good chance that if we really go into bear mode, that we may not make it back up. We could come down here and we could chop sideways for a minute before going back up, which means we don't ever make it back to that $2 range. So, if you've got good profit right now, Devin, you need to be taking it, buddy. You really, really do. I'm not saying liquidate your entire position. I'm saying take some profit off the table. Make sure that you're putting money away, because you are, again, you just put in a lower high, which means you are on a downtrend. which means, dude, the price is only, your profits are just going to keep going down from this point on. From this point right here on, your profits are only going down. So, something to keep in mind, buddy. Something to keep in mind. Again, not financial advice. I'm just a graphics guy. You would be an absolute idiot to listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I make it sound good. Ha ha! Alright guys, unless there's anything else, any more questions, any more charts you want to look at, I think we can probably call it there. Oh, let's take a look at Doggy. That's one thing we haven't done. CW, did you say that was on CoinGecko, or is that CoinMarketCap? I can't remember. Just trying to avoid the poo charts. Just wanted to take a quick gander here. That's bad. Oh, golly. Look at that. Dead in the water. Flatline. Wow. Wowzers. Back below 2 cents as well. Goodness. Yep, no problem, buddy. No problem. Glad I could help. I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, but it, you know, it is what it is. I think it's awesome that you got Matic at 68 cents, man. That's some great profit, dude. Good job on that call. But yeah, definitely got some headwinds in your future, unfortunately, for layer 2s. Me personally, I don't invest in anything that touches Ethereum because, well, you know, I don't want to be a part of that community. Fuck them, is what I say. Anywho, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm so sorry that we had to shut down for a couple days here until I got my ducks in a row. I'll say this, the stream feels like it's been running great. The charts aren't having any lag. My hard drive isn't pegged at 100%, so good things are happening. If you enjoyed today's show, if you like today's content, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ping that notification bell so that you know when we're going live, and to make sure that you're up to date with all the most relevant up-to-date news, question mark? Yeah, we'll go with that. Follow me over on Twitter, that way you know in case something crazy happens. That's where it'll come out. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll do it all again tomorrow.